Anyone who was brought up in Cold War America has certainly heard Karl Marx roundly demonized by politicians, news media, the educational system, and even the clergy. Very few, however, have the slightest clue what Marx actually stood for. Working-class people need a little education on this matter. One of the most important contributions made by Karl Marx and his associate Friedrich Engels is the law of value. Marx articulated his conception of value in a speech to the International Working Man's Association at a meeting in London in 1865, which was later published under the title Value, Price, and Profit. Here we quote Marx directly. Suppose, for example, equal quantities of labor to be fixed in 1/4 of wheat and 1 ounce of gold. I resort to the example because it was used by Benjamin Franklin in his first essay published in 1721 and entitled A Modest Inquiry into the Nature and Necessity of a Paper Currency, where he, one of the first, hit upon the true nature of value. Well, we suppose then that 1/4 of wheat and 1 ounce of gold are equal values or equivalents because they are crystallizations of equal amounts of average labor. It might seem that if the value of a commodity is determined by the quantity of labor bestowed upon its production, the lazier a man, or the clumsier a man, the more valuable his commodity, because the greater the time of labor required for finishing the commodity. This, however, would be a sad mistake. You will recollect that I use the word social labor, and many points are involved in this qualification of social. In saying that the value of a commodity is determined by the quantity of labor worked up or crystallized in it, we mean the quantity of labor necessary for its production in a given state of society, under certain social average conditions of production, with a given social average intensity and average skill of the labor employed. End of quote. This proposition, stating that the value of a commodity is directly proportional to the socially necessary labor time crystallized in it, is known as the Marxian law of value. From this law flows its corollary, surplus value, which explains how workers are exploited under the capitalist system, is a quantity given by the value of a commodity minus the wages paid for its production. Important implications flow from these mathematical relationships. From these foundations, Marx explained in great and sometimes tedious detail the operation of the capitalist system of his day. This analysis, in large part, is still valid for modern capitalism. Marx pointed out that labor in its unskilled, skilled, and intellectual manifestations is responsible for all value added to those intrinsic values provided by nature. It logically follows, then, that the capitalist class is a parasitic class and provides nothing that the working class couldn't provide for itself once it is sufficiently organized. Marx and Engels encouraged working-class people of all nations to unite and overthrow the capitalist class, put an end to exploitation, and create a classless society. Let's revive that project.